There's only one barbecue stopper today. Fire it up. Barbecue stopper of the day. Dear listeners, it's up to you. Convince Dawn Smith that Ken ought to run or support her decision that Ken is not to run for the seat of Frankston against Jeff Shaw. 96900 693. The Commander, Dawn Smith, wife of former Speaker Ken Smith, joins us on the line. Dawn, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ross. How are you?
Very well. I want you to listen to something, Dawn. You ready?
Yes.
The people want him to run, Dawn.
Do they?
Yes. He said, an honest politician said, I'd really love to run for the seat of Frankston, but my wife won't let me.
Well, I'll keep my options open.
You're keeping... So hang on. Both you and Ken are keeping your options
Yes,
open.
we're keeping our options open.
Well, he told us that you haven't bought the Jayco Caravan yet, so obviously it's not too late.
No, it's not too late.
Why don't you want him to stand, or why didn't you originally want him to stand?
Well, he's been doing it for a lot of years.
But
And
yeah.
we need a life.
What happens if you tell him he can't run for the seat of Frankston, and then in a year's time you've had him at home for a year and he is driving you crazy?
Well, it'll probably be a week.
Right. You'll be back there. You pop him in the car, drop him at the Pines, and tell him to start campaigning. So, are you now saying that it is possible that you might let him run?
I might.
Well, that's good. Is there anything we can do to assist in this regard? If we speak to Jerry Ryan and promise you a free Jayco Caravan at the end of his term, or we can promise...
No, I'd rather 5-star accommodation.
Okay, now we're talking. We've opened the negotiations. Or a date night every week sponsored by De Bortoli, or perhaps...
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Right. Or perhaps someone could, you could live in Graham Kennedy's old house on Oliver's Hill.
Oh, we used to live up behind that house.
We could speak to the people at Crown.
Should we call you Dawn or Commander?
Dawn, I think.
Dawn. Leanne's on the line. Leanne?
Please. You can't possibly let your husband stay at home. He'd drive you mad, and he's got to get rid of that slimy slug from Frankston.
Megan.
Dawn, let him do it. Let him do it.
Okay, the people are speaking loud and clear here, Dawn.
Are they? Oh.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Dawn, have you got a Facebook page?
Yes.
Right. I bet you do it to stay in touch with your grandchildren?
That's right.
Okay. Well, so you're one ahead of John and I. We don't have a Facebook page, but we have discovered that a listener to this program has started a Facebook page called Ken Smith for Frankston, Convince the Commander. so go and have a look at it, Dawn. So, in short, it's now open again. You might let him do it.
Yes, I'll keep my options open.
Now,
we'll think about it.
The people are convinced that he can defeat the incumbent. Do you think that would be a good thing?
I'm sure he could. Well, he defeated the independents in Gippsland West.
Susan
Davies.
Davies.
Yes.
Oh, I thought so. He had Susan Davies' old seat.
Yes.
Right. At the time, I think there
So
was.
he's got form.
Good. Hang on. Stay with us, Dawn. Judy's on the line. Judy, good morning to you.
Hi, Dawn. Let him go so we can keep our shopping days up. Let him go.
Are you two known to each other, Dawn?
Yes.
Righto. Now, Judy wants to keep her shopping days. You can't be too selfish, Dawn.
No.
Okay, Judy, thank you. Now we've got Vic. G'day, Vic. Hello, Vic.
Good. Dawn will know me. It's Vic here, Dawn. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. You know who it is?
Vic.
Vic Smith.
Vic.
Yeah. I've known Ken for 54 years, and we went through trade school together, played football together, did a lot of things together, and we had a very good mate who was no longer with us, and Ken will know who I mean. His name is Colin. He'd be up there smiling now and saying, "Go on for it, Hookie, go on for it."
Right,
And, there's a bit of a thing with that name of Hookie, but Ken will tell you about it if you have a word with him. And
No, I've just written I'm starting to write a sitcom called Hookie and the Commander. Who does he barrack for, Vic?
he's got some real mongrel in him. He'll have a go at anything.
Is that
And
right?
just remind him about the Black Rabbit. He might tell you a story about that.
Well, Vic, thank you, Vic. The incumbent was a good footballer, I think.
So was Ken.
I think he still plays, the incumbent.
Hey, who did Ken play for, Dawn?
Mentone.
And who does he barrack for?
Carlton.
Oh, he's a Carlton man. There you go. Oh, they'll be. Oh, hey, listen, Gene Pratt will have something for him. Don't you worry about that.
And Melbourne Victory. Loves Melbourne Victory.
Is that right? Ian Robson will come to the party with something for him. Hey, lovely to talk with you, Commander. So
Thank you.
are keeping your options open. Ken may yet run for the seat of Frankston.
You've made our day. Thank you.
And you might be interested to listen to Neil's program because he's got an interesting video he's discovered that raises new questions about Jeff Shaw's altercation with the taxi drivers on the steps of Parliament. He says Jeff Shaw will have a pile of questions to answer. Dawn, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Commander, Dawn Smith, wife of Ken Smith.
She doesn't sound like a commander, does she?
Areas of smoke haze.
I think Ken might have been exaggerating a bit about the influence that Dawn has over him. But a lot of blokes do, you know.
So you think that like he was at home saying, "Order!"
47 years they've been married.